Like the offer sheet proffered by the Nets and matched by Houston earlier in the week, Moniutis agreed to a 4-year deal worth $37 million. This one has better guaranteed money for the player, better flexibility for the franchise. Remember, the injury-prone 7-footer averaged around 6 points and 3 boards, but just 37 games last season. We're going to get newsy now with David Aldridge. Why was this so hard to work out?
A bunch of reasons, but the primary reason is that they didn't want to, they made a lot of offers to him over the summer that he didn't like. He wanted as much guaranteed money as possible, which you completely understand.
Sure.
So the Brooklyn deal was $37 million guaranteed, but according to the specific terms of the contract, they only had to guarantee $31 million of it, so he held out, whatever you want to call it. They give him his money. He gets the $37 million now, but as you mentioned, now they have the right of first refusal 3 straight years, basically. They can get rid of him in the summertime. So it's a compromise, split the difference. He gets the money, they get the flexibility.
He is an intriguing player, but so far, using an expression I like, he's been, I would say, less than the sum of his parts. Like, you see the big guy, you see the range, but he's been hurt a ton. Why was it so important to keep him on the roster and not just sort of turn the page?
Well, you don't want to give up on your asset. And I think they looked at it, they look at him as somebody in this system, and D'Antoni's system as a big that could really help them stretch the floor even further. Now, Capella's still going to start, and Nene's still going to back him up.
Right.
But at that 4th spot, having Modiunas to back up Anderson really can give them some flexibility and some different combinations they can go to in games. I think that's why they did it. It's not the money, really. It's not a ton of money.
No, it's not.
For them. But you don't like to give up your assets for nothing. And I think they felt like eventually, that's the problem with restricted free agency. If you listen to agents, is that the player doesn't really have a whole lot of options.
Right.
So, Brooklyn finally pulled the trigger on it, and then Houston almost immediately matched it. So there wasn't a whole lot that he could do. He had to go back to Houston. The question is, what happened in Detroit? That's the thing that everybody in the league wants to know, because he was traded to Detroit last year.
Right.
And they flunked him on the physical.
Right.
Nobody else has had an issue with his back. Brooklyn didn't have an issue with his back. Houston didn't have an issue with his back. Only Detroit had an issue with his back. And so that's always been the kind of question. Like, he should be in Detroit right now shooting threes.
Which Stan Van Gundy would like. He has had 2 back surgeries over the last few years, but that is an interesting question. I've always said if Las Vegas ever gets an NBA franchise, Modiunas should sign there because he was unbelievable in summer league. Hasn't always translated in the regular season, but in summer league he was incredible.
That does happen.
We're approaching the December 15th deadline by which either the owners or players can announce their opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement next summer. DA, we've heard reports for weeks now that the two sides are close to a deal. I thought we were close to an announcement weeks ago.
I thought so.
Will there be an announcement before next Thursday?
I sure hope so. Look, I don't want to call it a snag, but there's some issues that they're still not in agreement on. Now, here's the thing: I don't know if any of those issues rise to, well, we're going to blow it up and then.
Right.
I hope that's not the case. From everything that I've been told, the major issue, which is always the split of BRI, right? What do the players get? What do the owners get? They've signed off on that.
Let me interrupt.
Yeah. Basketball-related
income.
Yes.
We all learned from the lockout.
That's right. That's right. They've all agreed on that. They're going to have the band, just like they do now, from 49 to 51% for the players. The players agreed to that because the amount of money that's in the system now is so large that 51% of this much larger number is a whole lot more money for the players. So they've signed off on that. So, I continue to be optimistic. I was told today they're still talking. There's no panic, but they're still talking. It's not done yet.
Please don't make me reintroduce all these terms into my personal lexicon. BRI. I don't want to do that again.
Hard cap.
No, no more of that, please. Your hometown team, the Washington Wizards, won last night.
Woo!
Yeah.
A parade.
But at 8-13, they appear to be spinning their wheels again. How likely is a shakeup of some kind, roster, front office, anywhere, before the end of the season?
Well, look, I don't think they'll do anything dramatic roster-wise, even though they probably should, but I think they want to at least see what this group does together for a season. They started off terribly. Like, they were awful the first couple of weeks. They've played better. Their defense is starting to play better. Oubre is starting to play better, their second-year player. So, look, if you look at the numbers of their starting 5, they're pretty good. The problem has been the bench. The bench has been non-existent throughout most of this season.
I heard that from Marcin Gortat.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So to me, trading Wall or Beal makes no sense because that's the part of your team that's good. That's the part of your team that works.
But we hear over and over again they don't really get along. They've acknowledged as much. I don't know if that matters on the court. Their on-court chemistry is not great, frankly.
You know what? You name me any team that's won anything.
Absolutely.
I can tell you that there's half the team hates the other half of the team.
Right.
Okay,
right.
That's the biggest non-burger of all time. Yes, John Wall and Bradley Beal occasionally don't get along. Yes. In other news, water is wet. That happens in this league, man. Yeah. These are 12 alpha males. These are all the guys. Every player wants every shot and he wants all the money.
Right.
So you're going to have some time. You're going to butt some heads on occasion. That happens on good teams, on bad teams. I've said this for a million years. The San Antonio Spurs have the exact same issues that every other team in the NBA has. The difference is you never hear about them.
Right.
You never hear about them.
It's an important thing.
Yeah. And you hear about them in Washington.
You said non-burger.
Nothing burger, non-burger.
I like that.
Thank you.
There we have it. David Aldridge with the latest on what's happening around the league.
I could be wrong.
We could all be wrong. It's okay.